This is your Barbados Today morning news update for Friday, December the 28th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, former Government Minister Inniss's legal troubles in the United States have taken a turn in his favor. Barbados Today investigations have revealed that the United States Justice Department has withdrawn one of the charges in an upgraded indictment under the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act that was brought against him earlier in the year. According to court documents dated December the 12th, 2018, and obtained by Barbados Today, United States Attorney Richard P. Donahue wrote to the Judge Kyo Matsumoto, who is presiding over Inniss's case, stating that based on the ruling in the recent case, United States versus Hoskins, the government was withdrawing a superseding indictment which had been brought against Inniss. Last August 24th, in a matter unrelated to Inniss's case, the United States Court of Appeals had determined that a non-resident foreign national could not be held criminally liable for aiding or abetting or conspiring to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act unless the government could show that the accused acted as an agent of a domestic concern or while he or she was physically present in the United States. Now, legal arguments were that Inniss fitted into neither category. On August the 6th this year, a 3-count indictment had been unsealed in a federal court in Brooklyn, charging Inniss with conspiracy to launder money and 2 counts of money laundering in the United States. The top brass of the Royal Barbados Police Force is assuring residents, tourists, and foreign investors that law enforcers have the crime situation under control, despite a recent spate of deadly gun violence in the island. Assistant Commissioner of Police with responsibility for crime management, Euclid Thompson, said Thursday that even though there was a shortage of manpower, the RBPF was deploying its best resources day and night, not just to respond to crime, but to prevent it. ACP Thompson also said the force was moving to improve its relations with the public in order to assist in the quest to keep the country safe going into 2019. The crime chief said the constabulary would pursue efforts to keep crime at a minimum, citing community policing as a key.
Having that kind of connection with our community officers, those in our division, having that kind of connection with people in communities to look at helping people to police themselves. So we want to continue the focus on neighborhood watches wherever we can forge and foster greater relationships between people in community. We need to strive for such a relationship. Those watches that are, very active must keep looking at, the general focus, the principle for being there, where they embark on the concept. They must look at it and realize that it's still something that is worthwhile undertaking. Those dormant community projects need to be reactivated.
Barbados may soon be welcoming another American university to its shores. Prime Minister Mia Mottley revealed Thursday that talks with Chamberlain University had already begun, and she was hoping those discussions could soon be wrapped up. She made the revelation during a tour of the villages at Corvelly Christchurch, where students attending Ross University School of Medicine will reside. Mottley said government was using Ross, which will see 1,500 students and staff being housed at Corvelly, as a test run.
We talk about Ross, and we haven't spoken about the work that we're doing already with Chamberlain University, which is the nursing school, and we're looking to see how we can ramp up that as we go along. But we want to perfect what we're doing with Ross first, while at the same time having the conversations between the Barbados Community College and Chamberlain, because as you know, the government of Barbados is already in the provision of nursing education. But we feel through partnership we can deliver better and more, especially given that there's a global shortage of nurses that we experience in today's world.
An high wind advisory and small craft warning has been issued for Barbados and its coastal waters from 6 p.m. today. The local Met Office says the high winds, which will persist until around 6 p.m. on Monday, are expected to record speeds of 47 to 61 kilometers per hour. with higher gusts and sea swells of 10 to 13 feet. Residents are urged to be vigilant and secure all loose objects, while small craft operators and sea bathers should be prepared for large breaking waves and rip tides near beaches.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
We're back with news from the region now. Antigua and Barbuda is preparing to start construction early next year on a new pier that can berth the largest cruise ships in the world. More from Andy Liebert of ABS News.
The Oasis-class ships are the largest and longest vessels sailing the ocean today. They can bring to a port at any one time well over 5,000 passengers. A fifth pier is required in the St. John's Harbor to accommodate such a vessel. The work will be undertaken to the tune of some US $80 million.
We're in a place now that after February of next year, work is going to advance at a very quickening pace. And so we're hoping that by 2019, 2020, the completion of our fifth berthing pier would have taken place. What that means? The very largest ships in the world that traverse in the waters of the world will be able to come and berth right here in our St. John's Harbor. That's exciting stuff.
And on the international scene, the U.S. Midwest is bracing for more snow as part of a major winter storm. A state of emergency has already been declared in Kansas.
Meteorologists on Thursday said Winter Storm Ebony is expected to pack blizzard-like conditions and dump up to 10 inches of snow in the Midwest and cause a massive headache for holiday travelers. Parts of Minnesota, Nebraska, North and South Dakota are already experiencing the first wave of the storm, with a state of emergency in effect in Kansas. Storm Ebony, which began on Wednesday, has already contributed to more than 2,000 flight delays and more than 500 cancellations. Officials said the storm system is also expected to bring heavy rain to the U.S. southeast. 30 million are under flood watches, and thunderstorms could spawn tornadoes in the region.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Now you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic weekend.